Well, hey, surprise stream, surprise. No, actually it wasn't. You all saw it in the schedule. That don't look like a 747 though. Nope, yes, we're doing the streamer choice. I decided to change things up. We're gonna fly the A320. We're gonna do one we had to skip due to reasons of a death in the family. So we are going to try and get this one in, and we are going to do it in the Flight Factor A320, and it is quote available now for X-Plane 12. So we're going to give it, I believe, our first run at it. So there it is, sitting on the ramp. We're in Djibouti. Nice place, huh? Kind of like Hong Kong. And we're going to head down to Mogadishu, Somalia. And I know that, yeah, we'll leave it there, and that's all we're going to say about it. But it's part of a tour with Mac Millennium Aviation that I've started. That we're going to hit some, we're in Africa, folks. There are some, some there are going to be some trigger points down there to some people. So, and my apologies. We're just following the tour. Looks good, and then we'll pick up from Cape Town later on next year. All right, again, as I said, this is the A320 Flight Factor. I know, I can already hear people, oh, those are CFM engines. Those aren't, no, that's just not right. Well, comes with the plane. I'm not putting the mod on it. Either way, I like them. So we're going to fly with them. So, but anyway, folks, I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, at least those in the U.S. and abroad that celebrate. Hope it was grand, and I hope you're enjoying the Black Friday sales. Boy, my email has been blowing up with all the sales. So, without further ado, you can see we got the two loading platforms in place. The loaders in place. Even the fuel truck decided to show up to give us some go-go juice. So let's get up there and get this plane going. Ooh, look at that, folks. We're cool. You know what? I hit the wrong button. Got used to the 747 and oh well. All right, so let's do a quick power up here. Parking brakes on. Flap spoilers set. Engine selectors off. Normal. And ooh, look at that, throttle's even moved. Man, we're starting to cook with Grisco here, folks. And as you can tell, we are dark. The batteries are even off because you can't see your landing gear indicators. So up we go. Dang it, did it again. Sorry, folks. I'm going to go ahead and get us on the external power. Believe it or not, this is how a lot of pilots leave the aircraft in between flights, with the batteries off, external power on. And one pilot told me every now and then they do come out, the generator has disconnected power to the aircraft, be it stalled, be it whatever. When that happens, folks, if you have the batteries on, it don't matter if this is on or off, you're draining them. So they'll let it stay on with this and turn the batteries off, and if it does indeed cut out, the whole plane cuts out. And they don't lose the batteries. It's a little expensive. Battery 1, battery 2. Get some things here real quick, like nav 2 we'll go with today. There we go. Just walking it up real quick and get that on ground control. Get some of these offs to on. Come down to the middle. And now you can see, that's how you can tell the battery switch is off, folks. If these are dark, plane's dark. Alright, pretty simple logic with Airbus. While I'm here, let's go ahead. Oh wait, I forgot. They've changed this. Oh, where is the... There we go. Yeah, you got to click, folks, here to get this to pull out. It just does... I don't know if that's a improvement or not, but we'll kind of see, and I do have them synced, so that'll help. You can kind of move them. You can't. You just basically have to pull that out. All right, so back over here. Let's first, you know, before we take a look at that, maybe I can do them together. Let's see. Gonna try to bring Sim Toolkit up at the same time. I want to get this flight moving a little fast. No, we're not. All right, no big deal. All right, so Sim Toolkit's up, folks. I was kind of hoping to bring it up alongside with it. Hang on, I forgot a piece of software to start up here. 2 pieces, actually. We'll get the other one going after we're loaded. And that would have been X-Pilot that I forgot, folks. All right, we'll get the flight plan in there in a moment. All right, so here's our route. You can see it up here. It's kind of wonky. I'm kind of waiting to see how this is going to load. If you do it by Sim or SkyVector, scratch your head at it. It's really wonky. So we're going to see how this plays out. Yeah. What's this edit one? Oh, okay. Good enough. All right, so loadout for today, folks. 124 people. I've lowered the max because I don't have the latest, greatest upgrade to bring me back up to 180 people. So we're going to run with the two class cabin. 10,800 kilos, and we are in kilos as well. 53,658. By the way, I don't know how to bring it out of kilos, folks, so that's why it's there. Guys in Europe, guys abroad are going, hey, he's finally come around to the light. We in the U.S. would say the dark side. But anyway, kidding aside, we'll throw 94,000 or 9,400 kilograms of fuel in, cost index 18, which there was a manual out there, and I don't know where I got it. I think it was Millennium, but it might have been a couple of others about cost indexing with all of the airlines out there. 18 seems to be about right for A320s. Qatar, that is right. We're not going to start at 23,000, folks. We're going to crank it up to 37 and go. Just don't feel like it. Want to get the flight done. Mainly because I want to get this stream in before we go on vacation. I just felt the need that I needed to get this done. So that's why we're on. I go on work tomorrow for 24. Then I'm gone, folks, for about a week. So, and I can't wait. It's been probably 3.5 years since I've been on a vacation. A lot of, you know, I could sit here and just run it down, but you know what? It stunk. It still stinks that it took that long to get a vacation. Actually, I probably could go back further than 3 years. But anyway, we're going. So, and my apologies if that sounds harsh. It's just been rough, and we're going. So we're going to enjoy, be away. I'll check in on Discord from time to time, and those of you who stream out there may see my bubbly attitude come in. It could be under bubbles. But anyway, that's a whole lot of information I didn't need to share. So, alrighty. But again, let's get back here. So there you go. Again, we're going to climb out of here to 37,000 on our way. Over here, cost index 18,636 for the miles. We got a little bit of a tailwind, not much, and fuel breaks down like that. And then again, you can see our route. We're going to do our best to follow this. Now, winds are 110 here, and yet we're cranking out on the 27s. And I know that's possible. Not sure why. We can't go out on the 9s, but we did, and that's how it is. So, and then we'll just go to lumbar, and then fly it out. All right, folks, so let us say be gone to Sim Toolkit, and let's get in here and start loading up the birds, shall we? And I don't mean the gobble gobble. Just getting to where I can use it. All right, over to the EFB. Let's get this plane loaded. First, okay, how do we get things started? You've got to be able to load, call each of the stations. So you've got fuel, so you got to call the fuel truck. Then put the numbers in. Come here to packs. If you just want the left front door, hey, cool. You still got to call it. Now you can put the stairs on it like I did, or if you're in a gate with a jet bridge, gate. Here, I'll show you what I mean. See how it says call here? But right over here it says stairs. I can switch it to gate. So if I'm in a gate over here, same thing, change stairs to gate. Alright, so we're on, and I just put the rear one on because usually they would. Here's our class. Maximum, I believe, is 136. We're flying with 124, like I said. So we'll put that down here. 1, 2, 4. Set. Now, sometimes I get this thing to actually pull with a get, and that's with X-Plane11. First time in X-Plane12, we're not going to try anything. We just want to get a good flight. Let's bump over to cargo. We're scheduled 400. Again, you have to call both loaders. If that would only work for the graphics here, cut that out where it keeps doing. That would be so nice. All right, so I need another 0, sorry. There we go, set. Now, before I hit the fuel truck, I'm going to go to perf data up here. I want to see how we're doing. Okay, I've got the right numbers in, but I'm not seeing the right 0 fuel weight. All right, so how do we get around that? Add more cargo. We need to come up to 53. 658, 0 fuel weights here. So 53, let's see how much more I got to put on. 53, 658, minus 52060. All right. Alright, and so I need to add 1598 to cargo. What I could do is just stuff it here. And you know what? I think I will. Oh wait, yeah, we'll just, no. Let me just make this 1500. Hang on, folks, it's being a pain. Go back here and see how close we are. 53, 1, need 6, 53. Let's go ahead and try 500 pounds. Nice even 1998. Come on. And I think they still don't have it fully set right. 53,658, and that matches okay. All right. Now, we don't have the correct fuel yet on board. That I'm not worried. Right now, I was just concerned here. Now, if you wanted to be a good, good load master, you could have broke that up in all of them. I chose just, it's not going to hurt us too bad on CG. Especially when you look back at the passenger compartment. I mean, pretty well evenly set up. Fuel, 9.4. 9.4. I think it's 0.4. Yes. Set. Come up to the perf data, and I'm looking at ramp weight now of 63,062. So everything's looking good. What I think's going on here is I'm gonna have to put one passenger on the plane, see what that weight is, and then go from there. It's supposed to be, I believe, 100 kilos to include the person's bags, but I think they're not doing that, so I'm gonna have to dig in and find that out. Alright, so we're loaded up. That's always a good thing. Alright, so set. Go back to packs. I'm going to go through them, each one, and set them. And set. Perf data, set. Alright, now why do we click there? That will easily go in on the weight page when we get to the McDo. Alright, enough done with this. Let's get rolling. So, alright, so he says cautiously. There we go. Alright, so we've done the preliminary. I'm just getting my checklist up here so I don't miss anything. That would be a bad thing. And then blame flight factor for it when it was that loose nut behind the stick this time. Alright. While I'm at it here, let me go ahead and get us filed. And then we can just move right into it. Only one step left to do after that. And there's the thing to put in here. What the heck is it? There it is. Okay, and 75, even though RVRs probably are not an issue. Departure time, 23:45. Alright, we are in. We're connecting as QTR572, so we are an A320. Connecting and online. Alright, last thing we'll have to do is connect the Mac Air. We'll do that as we're ready to go. Technically, I guess I could do it, but I'm going to get through these checks real quick. Get the McDo loaded, then do it. Alright, so we've done the preliminary. We've got the parking brakes on, the engine mode, all of that done. The BAT, the external power's on. Last thing I want to do is we're in cockpit prep. Learn to click the right button. Overhead panels and down below are looking good brightness wise. Fuel load set, passenger set, all vehicles removed. So let's do that. Okay, and again, all we do is come back to service. Let's remove the baggage loaders. That'll close the doors and get rid of them. Let's remove the fuel. Gets rid of him. We're going to leave the stairs there due to the fact we're still here and we have a way out real easy. Alright. Continuing. Okay, so let's get back to the overhead. You're going to see that a lot. I can see it coming, folks. Okay, APU fire check. We're going to be firing it up. Good deal. While we're here, let's get the engines. Okay. And firing up the APU. It'll switch. We're looking for flap open. All right, folks, I hope, again, while we're waiting on it, you had a happy Thanksgiving. Looking forward to this trip. Like I said, our last one for a week, flap open. And I hope you all enjoy. As the Christmas season, best time of the year, kicks in gear. While we're waiting, do some work here. All right. Okay, here comes the generator coming up. We'll wait till we're at 100. It'll say avail. Okay, so automatically it clicks the generator on. Now, one thing I don't like that I love about the TOLUS, it actually shows the pressure going into the plane and all of that. So let's click the bleed air. Coming down, AP one more time. Yeah, I mean, these are just not showing up right. Unload. Okay, back up. Let's do a quick look at our engines while we're here. Yeah, they're still off. Okay, engine oil quantity looks good. Hydraulics look good. Alright. And like I said, folks, I'm going to do that quite too many times. Okay, so ADIRs. Let's go up this side real quick.
Yes, Captain. We are waiting for your instruction.
So basically, folks, this is the Flight Factor A320 for X-Plane 11.
Yes, sir.
Updated to X-Plane 12. Okay, let's get up here to the ADIRs, turn this one on. Wait for on bat. Kind of seems to be an older one. I think they're missing some stuff up here. Bat, number 2. We'll wait for on bat to make sure that works. There it is. And number 3. They're all in a line. On bat. Okay, so we got those. Strobes, let's go to auto. Nav, we're set to 2. And seatbelts and no smoking on. Emergency lights set. Fuel pumps, boom, 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 and boom, boom. We've done our fire checks. Radio 3 looks good. And coming up this side, making sure. Okay, to the middle. Okay, big thing, 3 gear, 3 green, landing gear lever down, anti-skid and nose wheel steering turned on, brakes off. A little further down, we got the FMCs, otherwise known as McDoos, on here turned on. Let's get those radio frequencies brought to the right channel. For VATSIM, 122.800. And then I'll set, just for fun, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. We'll set the emergency channel on 1. And just in case the ATIS gives us, oops, went too far, sorry folks. Okay, always make sure the volume's on. Okay, and TCAS. A little further down. Clear 2000. And we'll turn it on. Folks, this switch right here, very hard to read because of the lighting and the way they've done the panel. If it doesn't say on, if it's not on, you're not going to be in mode C on VATSIM. Period. Don't care what you do with this, don't care what you do with this one. You're not in mode C. And that's, of course, as we know, many controllers require you to be there. Or be ready for an argument. I had to go through that once. Alright, so we're at the point where we load the McDo. Stand by. There it is. You know what? Hang on a second. Let me just make sure these are going to load decently. Good deal. Alright, McDo. To get to this page, let me bring up McDo 2. Works the same on McDo 1. I just don't want to mess with that one. Data, aircraft status, boom, you're back to the same page. Now, when you download this, let me walk you through some things that I had to do. You're going to have to go in and get this updated, which I believe it is 22.11.01. Yeah, it is. It does not come updated. It's something like 17, year 17, several years back. And when you run the updater, it doesn't go to the right file, so you got to point it where you want it. All right, hang on just a second, folks. Alright folks, sorry for that. We've been putting Christmas decor up today. 3 trees, and the wife is finishing out by tricking out the house for Christmas. Alright, so let's get after it. Initial. Told us guys, you got it great. Love it. I wish we were here with Flight Factor with it, but we're not. So we got to do it all. So we're at HDAM, D-A-M /HCMM. I did not put a flight in there. That's on me. I know. Alternate for today, HKMO if memory serves. HKMO, that's what I'll put up here. Okay, flight number QTR 572. Cost index we said was 18. And now, if you do the United 18 flight plan format in SimBrief, you actually get that number plus the tropo here. So all I'm going to do is put 370. And we'll go with that. That works for me too. Initialize, align on ref, confirm, and we're now aligning. This will go GPS primary, plus you'll get messages in both, on both. Back. Let's get our wind. West, boom. Next phase, west, boom. Alright, next up. Okay, let's get back to the page. Right arrow to the next. Now remember how I said if you click set on the, and I want to do this to make sure things kind of load properly. Let me get zoomed in and in a position to look at it. All right, so we're going to be looking for some of these numbers here, folks. So let's do it. See if it did it right. 53.7. Rounded up. That's about right. 9.4. 9.4. Here's where the rubber hits the road. 0 fuel weight CFW CG 25.5. Boom. We're looking good. There's the GPS primary. So we're going to be looking for up 0.8. Got a little chart here I use to help remind me so I don't have to keep coming back. Up. And that's how you enter it, folks. When we get to that point. All right. So we've got our weight request done, and now they say go to perf. I like to go to the flight plan, folks. Okay, HDAM. Okay, hang on a second. Let me pop back out something more pleasant to look at than that. We are going off a runway 9er. So let's click HDAM, departure, 9er. And then up will take you down to find your departure. We're doing the Lubra 1R, Luba 1R? 1P, my bad. Thank goodness I double checked. And we'll insert it. Okay. Now, we're going to go right side. Left side is where you put in speed information. Right side, you got airways. No, you don't. I think I said that backwards. Hang on. Back to F-plan. Okay. Reverse what I said. Left side for airways and information about your fixes. Right side's where you'll put in speed restrictions and sort like that. Okay, so we're going to go to airways. We're going to go R775. So far, so good. SOLUL. SOLUL. Hallelujah. Okay, next up is BUEN. And for everything I've searched on here, that's a real fix, folks. Then IBROL. Which will put us on the UVMAT1. Insert all of that. Go back to return. And basically now we're just looking for our arrival point. We'll click on it, click arrivals. I'm just getting charts up here so I can make sure I know what I am choosing. Runway 5 is either gonna be RNAV or RNIP. We will go with Zulu, the RNIP of that, right? Just making sure, yeah, of map 1, yes. Interesting. Not one of... Okay, hang on, let me... Okay, we'll go with an of mat and insert. Sorry folks, kind of irritating. That is kind of irritating. I'm gonna tell you, I really don't. All right, all the way back, we'll pull it up and check our route. We're looking for discontinuities and making sure we entered it properly. Okay, so 760, 761, map. 764. Looking good on the chart below. Everything looks good. So back to F plan. Back to arc. Yeah, I am going to really not like that. I can see that coming. Okay, so that gets us to that point, folks. Next up, we're going to check radio nav. Nothing's set in here, and I'm not going to. Okay, so now you would set up a secondary flight plan. I'll be totally honest, folks. That's one of the things down the road I am looking with these Airbuses to learn. I don't really understand totally what they're doing, so I just skip that and proceed on to the perf page. All right, now if you go to this website here, folks, bear with me here, I'm gonna check something. All right. Oh, welcome in, Hawker. I didn't see you. Airbus, irritating. Well, what I want you to do, folks, when you're out there, if you are flying an Airbus, as we know Hawker will not be, but you can catch him, folks. He's got a great stream and a great project he's working on. He's actually working to take a real Hawker 125 fuselage, turn it in. Oh, you know what? That's what I need to do then. Thank you for that, Hawker. I'll go ahead and pop out my chat box so I can keep up with you all. All right, let's see here. But anyway, if you I took the chat over here. Where'd my chat go? Not Dietis, perf. If you go over to this website, folks, it'll really help you out with this page. Sometimes it's pretty good, sometimes it and this don't match up. Pretty much like everything in flight simming, it's a work in progress. Great so far. But for people like me, not 100% with this plane, told us it's a lot better, mainly because you can actually pull the data up right there on the plane. A319 I'm talking. Here it's a little more complicated, but getting to the data isn't. Hang on, let me get back over here. Okay, gross weight is 63,062. Kilograms, so that's good. CG 24.9, 24.9er. We're going to go one flaps, anti-ice off, air conditioning. Well, we're in close to the equators. I think we'll turn it on. We'll be nice. And we are at HDAM. Let's see if I can get all of this to pull, and no, I can't. All right, so we'll have to do this. $10,325 runway. Heading, I think it's 090. Up 089, I was close. We're dry, airport elevation, thaw 9. Okay, Q and H for today. Hopefully they're still reporting. Oh, they're not. Okay, no METAR. Alright, so hang on, we're going to get it another way from Top Cat. As of 2000 Zulu, that is about an hour and a half old. 110 at 9, 10:15. Okay, and the temperature, I'm sure, is hot by hot. Let's go 27. Okay, once you put all the information on that page, folks, hit calculate. It's gonna give you what your page should look like, in this case with a flex. Now that's your call if you're going to flex it or not. What that is derating Boeing, guys. Same thing. So look at it that way. You're just derating the engines to think it's 67 degrees out there. And I thought you needed them cooler, but hey, the way you check it though, check your trim. Right now the trims match. So I'm going to go with pretty good data. So it's 158, 158, and V2 163. Okay. There's your flap reductions. Now let's do our flaps. We're doing 1 slash. Now, remember how I told you we're going to type in the word up and then 0.8. So exactly how you see it on this EFB is how you enter it. Now, flex is set to 67. It'll probably give us an error. Check your takeoff data. No problem. We'll check it, but we're going to go with it. Still not sure if I'm going to flex, but we're going to go with it for now. And then the rest of this, the thrust reduction, acceleration, engine out. Now there is a guy out there, Black Box 711. Great streamer, European, real Airbus driver. Has a site that does these calculations. Not at every airport, unfortunately. Many of Europe. And some of the African, basically it's airports he's been to, and he's getting more and more U.S. in it. Go to his site. Hang on a second. I'll have a link for you. And check it out. It'll give you the numbers for here if the airport is covered. And I am going to get in here and turn the METARs off because I'm tired of seeing no METARs. Curious if we'll see anything down below. Nope. I'm going to go ahead and turn that one off too then. Sorry folks, we're not going to get easy weather here. Let me get that turned off so that won't be an annoyance to us. There we go. All right, so there we go, folks. We have the page loaded now. which means we're really close to departure. We got all the discontinuities out, the departure SIDS and arrival star in. Folks, we are at that point. We're ready to go. So let's get to the flight control unit, which is right in the middle of the panel. Last check, QNH to be set. Again, I'm starting to get used to it, but it is a bit of an annoyance. 10:15. Okay, and you can see it's set over here on LS and constraints. Got to do the same thing over here, and I'm going to bump the range up on this one. There it goes. I meant for constraints. Oh, it won't. Okay. Oh, that's probably... Nope. There we go. See what I mean? Kind of a pain. Alright, and we can get rid of that. And this we're going to set to... progress. No, yeah, we'll go progress because it should. Okay, we'll just. Alright, and next up will be range CDR altitude. Speed, heading, red dots in there, so they're managed. Altitude is ready, and we're set to go, folks. Let's get this airplane ready to rock and roll. 47 minutes. We're going to be out of here on time. All I got to do is get Mac Air running now. Get the next one in, and we'll be ready to go. So again, Hawker, hope your days have gone well. Hope your Christmas stuff is up. It is that time of the year. Should have been up 3 months ago, personally. Personally, it should never come down, but nobody sees it my way. All right. But I also hope you guys took advantage of Black Friday sales, both flight simming and real world. By real world, I mean real gifts for real people outside of the flight sim world. Guess I should have said that up front. Well, come on, Mac Air, load. I think it finally did. There we go. HDAM to HCMM. Fly the bid. High rep. Okay. One look at it again. They got a neat little feature with Mac Air on their program that you can save speeds. Got a feeling I opened this already. Cancel. Hang on a second. Okay, nope, no other windows. Okay. All right, we're going with a very sluggish working program. That's not cool. Alright, pardon me here a second, folks. Just having a hard time finding the airline I'm flying with. Their long list. Oh, there we are, top of the list. Of A320s, and I thought Qatar was pretty close to the top. There they are. All right, just a couple pieces of information for them. Then we're on our way. All right, we're showing up. All right, that's actually an item on the checklist, so that's why we take the time, folks. Okay, and I don't need any other utilities running, so I'll close my cover over that. All right, folks, let's get this plane pushing back. Let's call better, actually. Remove and remove. Okay, I'm going to come up to the overhead real quick. Did this once, it didn't seem to want to be nice. Okay, back. Supply. Go. Alright, let's go outside the plane, make sure it's ready to go. All but the chocks, that's what we want. Okay.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Okay, with that call, let's get the beacon on. Okay, beacon tow vehicle better push back. We're ready to start them up once they hook up. They're going to come right through the ladders in front of us, folks. Go ahead and pull the chocks. All right, Hawker, to answer your question that I saw there, and it was my bad for missing it. I really haven't had a chance yet
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
to look at the clouds. We're going to find out if there's any around here. Let's go back out. I mean, overall, they look pretty good. So with Beta 14, stream-wise, this will be the first real look at them. So we'll all get to see together how they look.
Tow connected and bypass been inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, folks, here we go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put them in ignition. Let's watch the pushback a little bit, shall we? Because I'm going to be waiting a little bit, folks. We got a little bit of a pushback. We're going right out there to 9. So we'll pretty much get everything set to go and then taxi out. But for now, we are pushing back. All right, I think it's safe to go ahead. Let's get number 2 cranking, shall we? And to do that, folks, again, all we do, turn the mode selector here to ignition crank. Let me bring it in. Over to ignition. And then, boom. And then we just watch the numbers build. I'll even bring it out for you. You can see it right there. Now, if you go out of the plane or you start walking the plane, doing anything you want during this, folks, it's all automatic. I don't have to flip a fuel switch or anything like that. I've done it all. So, as long as that gray box is there, we're still starting the engine. If you miss the word avail, which will come up here in a minute, and this gray box isn't there, you're cleared to start up the other engine. Okay, you're going to see avail here real quick. There it is. That just means we're able to start up number 1 when we're ready. And this is what I'm talking about. You came back, this is what you see. Nothing dialing, and you're wondering, have we missed avail? Well, you did. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and crank up number 1. A lot of people wait. They even do a lot of single engine taxis now, folks. So normally then they would start 1 for that. And then get down, fire some heavy bleed action to cross over to start the number 2. Okay, we got a light off. All right, now he's just pulling us forward in a multi main gear axle aircraft 7.4 A380 type. It's good to do that because those wheels actually twist. It's just a habit, unfortunately. You don't in this plane. I do just for wheel chirp. By chirping, I mean you don't want it to rub over the rim. Right, they are disconnecting. I am gonna try something here, folks. Thought it was clicking the reset button that did it.
Nose disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. I'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
And thanks for flying with Mike. We'll wait for the pins to be shown when he gets out of the little tug, and there they are. Quick flash of the nose light, he can get on his way. Okay, both engines running. Go back to norm. And we can turn the APU bleed off. and the master. Okay, brake fan on, RTO. RTO in this plane is just max, and it serves the same purpose. Okay, and auto brake set, weather radar. All you can do is turn it on, folks. And now we'll go ahead and get over to TARA above and call it flaps 1. Spoilers set, parking brake, takeoff config. Okay, we got to do a cabin check, flaps to takeoff. They're set, cabin, ring them.
Yes, sir.
And I don't think it clears itself. Okay. Now, if you want the terrain radar on, that button's right here. Otherwise, you get the weather. I say, let's go fly. Brakes off. While we're real quick here, since we got a short taxi on TA, nose lights were set and ready to go. Taxi lights on. One click up, folks. Djibouti traffic, Qatar 572 departing runway 9. Okay, let's get in here. According to this, folks, we actually have rain out there somewhere. Let's see. I don't see a wet runway, so... And we are cleared for takeoff. 572 copies. Okay, lights on. Alright, let's do a quick... Turn the brakes on, left, right, land. I want to get my trim set. Here we go. Brakes off. 50%. Knots.
V1, V2.
Positive brake gears coming up.
Gear up.
Too low. Terrain.
All right, there we go, folks. We're on autopilot. All right, after landing, flaps up, spoilers. Disarm. All you got to do is push them down. Okay. Come on. Sorry, folks, I like to check when I'm having an argument with it. Okay, brake fans off. Auto brakes off. And we will be passing 10,000 eventually. We go. Okay, do we have a 7,000 foot? Okay, so we're going to be leveling off at 7 here. It's like for about another 8 miles, and then we should be back into the climb. Alright folks, I hope you enjoyed. That was a pretty decent departure. Been a while since I've actually seen one go pretty smoothly like that. Hope you all enjoy the ride to Mogadishu. Hawker had a question. Let's take a look. Actually, the clouds look pretty decent at this angle. They look pretty good from the ground, folks, and looking at them here, not too bad. Let's get some altitude and see what happens here. We should be starting our climb again. But overall, I think they actually look pretty good. I'll give them a thumbs up. And there we go, starting back up for 37,000. Not sure why the controllers or why SimBrief put us to 23 and then 37. It wouldn't have been for very long. We're Captain Prerogative, taking it up to 37 immediately. Alright folks, as I said at the beginning of the stream, I wanted to get this one in and I figured this would be the best one to get the stream for. It's one we had to skip over. We will do the Los Angeles, I'm sorry, the Anchorage to Los Angeles at a later date.
10,000 feet.
But for now, there we go. But for now, we're going to do the Mogadishu run, and then that'll get us caught back up on this tour. And got 2 legs down once our wheels touch down in Mogadishu out of 20. So, but the reason I wanted to get this stream done today is tomorrow I work my 24-hour shift at the firehouse, and then Sunday, I go on vacation. So I'll be gone for about a week, so don't be looking for streams until about Tuesday-ish, a week later. So much needed. 3 years of no vacations. I am really ready for one. Wait a minute, I think I hear work saying, yeah, he needs a vacation. So you all have been there and done that, I know. So, but yeah, it's been a while. Actually, I could probably take it back further, but that's with being out of deer. It's been a while since I've had one, and it is what it is. No reason to get into it. It's just, it is what it was. All right, final checks here. Lights off. Go ahead and kick the no smoking, which really would have been the seatbelt sign on most planes now, and we've already crossed transition. We're on our way, folks. So next up will be cruise, where we turn the seatbelts off and we check the cabin temperature. Actually, we'll do a system check. Matter of fact, I want to check one right now. Okay, fuel. 3410, 3516. So we're going to go up here and balance it while we're climbing. Cross feed on. Saw the valve move. Not sure if that's too loud or not. So get down a little. There we go. And now we're going to just simply turn off these 2 pumps, allowing the right side fuel tanks to run both engines.
18,000 feet.
Just doing a double check on our engines. And they're looking good. All right, so we're just waiting. Got a little ways to go. Okay, we're just keeping an eyeball on them. Right, just about ready. And basically, when we get to that number, folks, 3390 in this tank, we're going to reverse the process. So fuel pump's on, keep the cross feed open, make sure everything stabilizes. Okay, on. Cross feed, and you can see the valve closing. Okay, we're still a little off, but I'm okay with that. All right, let's just go ahead, take it on up to 37. All right. All right, folks, again, I'd like to welcome you aboard. Thanks for being a part of the stream today. I hope a happy Thanksgiving came your way. And for those of you not celebrating our tradition here in the United States, I hope you enjoyed Black Friday. I know that's pretty close to getting to be worldwide. So, it's usually the day everyone waits for buying things, because you can get really good deals, so that's why. But other than that, folks, we here at the Flying with Mike household had a great time. Great turkey, great food, great company, as most of her family was here. Mine, unfortunately, is about 900 miles away in a couple of different directions. And so we had a great time. So it's now Christmas time, folks, so I hope you're getting your houses all neatly decked out, enjoying it. Soon, good old St. Nick will be coming along. You know, that's a wonderful verse for Thanksgiving that the people at the hashtag verse of the day put out. They put that out every day, folks. Sometimes I scratch my head at the devotional they add to it. This one, it wasn't too bad. I pretty much understood it all, got it. It made sense with the verse given. Yeah, I mean, summed up very easily in that verse. In everything we do, everything, folks, no matter what we do, we offer as a gift and a thanks to God with in Jesus' name. And that's everything in your life, folks. There is no such thing as just going to worship. Oh, I'm going to go to worship. No. We live, we talk, we act. Everything, folks, involves showing our thanksgiving to God and Jesus. So let me ask you a simple question, but it might be a little deep. You don't need to raise your hand and answer it, folks. Think about it as we continue on to Somalia. How has your worship been lately? How have you honored God, honored Jesus? Like I said, pretty deep. So, that's the word of the day, folks. Hope you all, like I said, great Thanksgiving Day. I hope you had great turkey, great interaction, great involvement and worship of our Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, through God. Actually, I should have said that the other way, of our Father God through Jesus Christ. My apologies, got that backwards. May you be of better mind at age 50 plus than I. Y'all have, I hope again you have a grand Christmas season. Remember the reason it's in the first part of Christmas. Many people don't like that, but you know, that's the reason for the season. It's not just a cliche, folks. So, but anyway, we're on our way to Somalia. Just something to ponder and think about. According to Sim Toolkit, we got an hour to go, folks, and we aren't even at 37,000 feet yet. So, and this is my I would say, probably is my first flight in the X-Plane12 version of the Flight Factor A320. Now, I will say, and no disrespect aimed at Flight Factor. The Tollus A319, folks, is amazing, especially in X-Plane12. I haven't looked to see if everything's over in X-Plane11. I'm slowly transitioning into 12. It'll take time, I realize that, but some of the big names are already over here. Tollus, Flight Factor, DLS with the 747-200. We've seen a few flights with that, folks. Here on Flying with Mike, it's working its way over. And in my opinion, and it's simply my humble personal opinion, I think they're moving over faster than developers did for Microsoft 2020. I could be wrong, and I surrender, folks. That is a big possibility. But it's nice to see most of the aircraft in my hangar X-Plane12 ready. So, also, it's nice to see that OBS is doing a pretty good job. Couple things that I'm concerned with here, but I still can't pin down why, especially on the long hauls that I do. It likes to just kaput disconnect from the flight sim. I don't get it. But the good thing is I always run a recording with it, folks. So we have that. In case you did get to that point, oh, I wanted to see, and it cut me off. What is going on? It's on your video, folks. So I'm glad I do that now. So don't forget rotate. Yep, there you have it, folks, from Hawker. Yes, folks, they even brought the folks that bring you the rotate, I guess it's rotate, the MD-11. So, let's get outside. We'll give you first the Hawker 125 favorite flyby scene. And by the time we get to Somalia, it should be past us. Just kidding, folks. I mean, I get it. I mean, it is kind of more realistic. I'll give it to you there, Hawker. And there we go into the turn. Screenshot time, folks, coming up. Need a few, especially in X-Plane 12. Oops. Try that again. I don't think it took. There we go. This is more my style. The other reason I like the faster one is I can move the camera. All I can do here is zoom. You know, I just noticed some. Oh, nope, there it was. Hang on. The one thing about X-Plane 12. Now, this frame, you can't see it. But as we... Oh. You can kind of see it here, this line through the fuselage. Many of us were thinking that was something to do with paint. Not meshing fully with X-Plane 12. And that could still be the reason. But just about every plane I fly, including those that came with X-Plane 12, that being the Citation, that being the A330, and so forth. That line is always there. So, but folks, overall, and Hawker, I think the clouds, I don't know. I see a difference in them. I know we're just not in an area where a lot of clouds are going to be seen. It's desert, folks. Not dessert, as many of us are still wanting from Thanksgiving. Desert. And, I mean, overall, I think they're getting much better with each beta release. By the way, for those that have seen it, and thank you folks for watching it over on YouTube, I can't believe how many views have hit the Miami to Anchorage run we did about a week and a half ago. Thank you. But if you all saw Anchorage, that was scary. That was a really scary approach. Approach was great. It's the landing part that was really scary. Now, I don't mean because I came in hard. take a look at the end of it, folks. You'll see it's elevation problems all over the field on there. And hopefully X-Plane 12 folks are listening in and take a look at it. Add to it a new feature with X-Plane 12 in the fact that the runway, when it says, or there I think is in the NOTAM, a friction reading of, which would come across, folks, you'd see it as your runway that's active, and then 555, which that's supposed to be a pretty decent runway. 333, yeah, get ready to hang on, you may go for a ride. Well, 555, it was let's go for a ride on it. That feature of slickness, folks, is in there, and I couldn't get, you got to the FedEx ramp and you had to go up this hill. I couldn't get the plane to even think about it. So, a little overdone, but it's a very nice feature. Hopefully they work that out. Like I said, look towards the end of the video, folks. You'll see it all. Wow, it's scary. I sent information to X-Plane about it. So hopefully future beta releases here before they go all out general release will have the elevations set properly. So, but anyway, folks, I see about 55 or so minutes left in the flight. We're leveled off at 37. Let's get up here, kick the seatbelt sign off, and do a system check. Right, you ask me, what is a system check? Basically what Airbus pilots do about every 30-ish minutes, maybe quicker on shorter flights, maybe longer on longer flights. They go through the systems, folks. Starting with engine, or they click the all button. Let's see if it'll cycle through. Not looking like it. And we're just looking over the aircraft, making sure systems are running good, no immediate problems. Okay. Guy said I should be able to hold it. Oh, I see what he meant. Okay. So let's go back to bleed. I'm just going to walk through it. We're just making sure the valves are set right. He said with flight factor, he's noticed some of these aren't correct. I don't even know what some of these are. So, that's fine though. It's flight sim, folks. I don't expect to be flying the real plane. The pressurization, electrical system gives you an idea how the engines, generators are getting into the AC bus and DC bus, electrical bus of the aircraft. Hydraulic system, very important. That's what makes us turn. Go up, go down, stuff like that. Oh, and those things called landing gear, yeah, trivial thing. They go up and down by hydraulics. Okay, we did this already. Fuel. Again, remember, folks, I know most of you watch, we're in pounds, we're in kilograms with flight factor. APU is off, so that's why everything looks like that. Here is what the cabin is doing. Let's see. Pull up my little cheat sheet here. Okay, so we're looking at about 77 in the cabin, so that's actually not bad. Okay, next one. Okay, the slides are armed. Big thumbs up there. You can see the word slides. Everything looks good, but what we're really looking for here, folks, pressure. Now, this is not the oxygen for the whole plane. This is just for the pilot and co-pilot to use. They got to get this thing down because of a decompression back there. covers are wheel covers are closed, and the brakes look good. Wheels are up. Finally, you saw this one at the runway. Basically tells me how my flight controls are. Those of you curious, what does GBY mean? Let me get up here to the hydraulic page. Green, blue, yellow. Take the first letter, boom. Tells you what runs them. So, when they have a problem with hydraulics en route or coming in for an approach, that tells them, okay, spoilers, whoopee-doo. Well, no, I shouldn't say whoopee-doo. They do serve a very good function in that they take the lift off the wing, spoil the wing, spoilers. Speed brake, another word. GBY, all hydraulics use it. So if I lose yellow, blue, the green will still work it. And you can see that on the others. Green, blue, green, blue, green, blue, yellow, blue. So half of our elevator will work. I always found that one interesting. And green, blue on our rudder. So we can still point the plane if we need to on certain systems. It's just giving you it all. And the trim tells you that. And then the manual will tell you which systems run the gear, brakes, and all of that when they do have a hydraulic issue. Alright, so that's how system check looks, folks. You just go through and you look at each of the systems. Back up. Let's take a look here. Oh, you're welcome, Hawker. I'm glad you enjoyed. We'll see you after the vacation time we have. And hope everything goes well out at the corn patch. All right, folks, so showing us up here at 48 minutes. Let's take a look at this arrival. I know we didn't really get a good look at the departure. We'll see what we can do for you here. All right, now again, folks, if you've been watching us here of any time, this is the Charts 8 new program. Do I like it? Yes and no. I mean, it's just something you gotta get used to, folks. That's all. And this is one of those things. There we go. It takes forever for this to come on. And this is just basically giving you an idea of where we are and where we gotta go. Yep, Garbda, right? Gabda, sorry. Alright, now for the arrival, we're coming in IBROL. Gotta be at or above 14,000 feet. Then we'll just track down to MM760 at or above 12, MM761 at or above 10. However, MM762 at or below 8,000, at or above 060 at UV mat. Now, why is it in flight levels, you may be asking? It's because we haven't hit transition. And transition in Somalia, or at least Mogadishu, is 4,000. You guys in the US are like, oh my gosh, that's really low. Folks, outside the North America, for the most part, it can be very low. It can actually be higher than ours. There's some in South America, 20,000 feet. It also helps that the airfields are at 9,000 to 10,000 feet MSL. So, you know, each country is different. North America seems to stay on the same track. There are probably exceptions. All right, so 4,000 foot transition, GNSS, meaning basically GPS, INS, McDo's, FMCs, things like that are what we'll use here. RNIP 1. All right, so again, coming down, once we get below 4,000, then we'll see the zeros behind them. That's not 60,000, by the way, folks. It's 6,000. Just like that's not 80,000. Some people, you know, new to it would look at that and go, oh my gosh. All right, so from there, we're going to then shoot the RNIP approach. So for the most part, folks, I'm planning to hand fly this, but we'll kind of work it our best we can. Okay, so for HCMM, there's the name of the airport, Mogadishu, Somalia. It's an RNIP Zulu for runway 5. That's just the way they've designated it. Okay. Approach, tower, no ground. Kind of interesting. Okay, again, this on an ILS would be your frequency inbound. It's an RNAV, folks, so we don't have a frequency or a GPS to tune in. We don't tune that. The aircraft's avionics do that for us. Final approach course is 051. Minimum altitude at TBAX. TBAX is right here, 1,800 feet. That's 1,787 feet above the ground. 1,800 feet on your altimeter, above mean sea level. Okay, pretty decent. Now, so long as we have an RNIP of 0.30, and I really hope Airbus shows this easily, 475 MSL is our decision point. 462 above the ground. Hopefully I'll see the airport and that's a mute issue. Can already tell you the runway is going to be sloped up, so we'll see how this is going to look. 2,000 feet around the airport, minimum safe altitude. Okay, y'all can read the missed approach, and you can see it with the dotted line. Altitudes are in HEPA, so that means we'll keep it set here on HPA, not barometric. Transition level is 4,000. Authorized, required, meaning you better have a reason to come in. If not, watch Black Hawk Down. Dual GNS required. Means, in a sense, auto land, but we're not going to do it. RF equipped. Alright, so here we go. Remember, we were at UVMAT at flight level 6,000. Okay, 210's the maximum speed at this point, now by chart. Mandatory 5,000 here. By the way, maximum of 210 means you can't go slower. Okay, we'll round the corner to Mike 778, 2,000 feet. Okay. So where you see the words, that coastline, do not go below 10,000 feet. Sounds like noise abatement. From Mike 78 to the runway, straight shot 051. Now, I don't know if we're going to actually have to turn it at the end or not. Where is one? Right there. So, boy, if they get that cold, that's scary. Or, now this one I can see the big problem. They get above this. Alright, descent from MM27 is 2,000 down to 1,800, then down. We may actually get a glide slope up here, folks. If we do, we'll follow it as best we can. And since I haven't run the numbers yet, I'm going to guess us at about 800 feet a minute on our descent. Okay. Again, our decision altitude is 475, which is 462 feet above the ground. Our visibility has to be 2,300 meters or more. And then once we're on the ground, folks, we'll try to get off at Bravo. If not, we'll turn around down here, come back, put her into the new terminal area, and call it a day. All right. And we're still, how far out from top of descent? Looks like about 200 miles. So at about 80 miles, I'm going to start programming the McDo for barometric pressure, for temperature, winds, just like we did for takeoff, and see what our information is for landing. It's kind of useless now. We still got a good 15-20 minutes. We're coming up to the top of the hour. We may get a METAR. So we'll see. Now, once I take over and control the speed up here on my descent, or probably around as we get heading towards UVMAT, I'm going to click activate approach. What that does is slows us to what's called F speed. Currently, that's 144. Drag that all the way in when you're on full automatic like we are. But you turn the speed to where you control it, then you don't drag it in. So I kind of wait till I have control of it. While I have that up, looks like we'll be at 10, so that'll be fine. It's above there. Okay. All right, everything's looking good. Speeds. So yeah, we're good there. All right, so kind of sit back, relax here for the next 180 miles. No, 110 miles, and then to 100 miles. Then we'll start setting things up for descent. Good time to put in your predictions, folks. Simply put the exclamation mark, the word predict, and a negative number. But again, thanks for flying with Mike, and look forward to seeing you on future flights, folks. Feel free to click that follow button, or as some people like to say, smash that follow button. We'd love to have you aboard, folks, on future flights again, barring we got a week break coming up. But would love for you to see you on upcoming flights. We normally can be found in the A320, A319s, Zibo 737, 767, and the 747-200. I have done some testing in the A330. Nice plane. I hope to do some flights in it, and maybe even the Citation 10. We'll see. So, but for now, folks, enjoy. Hope you have had again a happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully we'll see you again come December. I believe it's 6th. That Tuesday, I believe, we'll start streaming again. And one thing I would, if anyone from X-Plane12's development team is watching, one thing I have noticed on this flight, and I think this would be the first flight in Beta 14, I don't see that strobing that we've seen so many times. That could be very detrimental to some people. So, if I may, kudos. But again, I'm over the desert. It could be a lack of clouds why we're not seeing it. But hopefully they fixed it. I saw the release notes there, Hawker, but I couldn't determine if that was what they were meaning in one of them. So I hope they did. It looks like it so far. That's why I just went to Anchorage and plopped the plane on it to see if they fixed the elevations. They hadn't yet. So, and that, who knows? So, but yeah, it's scary going into there, folks. Reminds me of, well, yeah, they were scary too. With X-Plane11, I flew into one of the islands near Tahiti, and holy mackerel. It's like Nariano, South America. The runway goes up steep and then flattens out on top. And at least that one looked good in X-Plane 12, but X-Plane 11 was a nightmare. So were a couple of other airports with those steep runways that you got to kind of get the angle in right on them. Folks, I will be sorry about that. My voice is a little, just had a good coughing spell. Be right back. Need a glass of water. All right, folks, my apologies. That was a pretty wicked coughing spell. Compliments of post-nasal drip. All right, so where are we in the process here? All right, we're about 100 miles out. Oh, glad I got my voice back. You're all going, man, I wish you'd have lost it forever. Oh, so we're getting very close to when I start putting the numbers in. Let me see if we're going to be able to get anything. No METAR. I kind of figured. We'll just use TopCat again. 5 and... Alright, so their latest one was today 1400Z. Holy that's cool. About 6 hours old. 5 hours old. 100 at 10. It's best we got, folks. 090130 after. Okay, so 26, which is what we're at now. 03 to 06 9er. Yeah, we'll just go with what we have. So we'll go ahead and start plugging this in. Now y'all are going, well, how are you seeing this and we aren't? A little program called TopCat. Okay, it basically works with Professional Flight Planner. Now, both programs can work independently of each other. However, they can work together to provide it. Now, caveat, big caveat, Professional Flight Planner X, as in Flight Simulator FSX. It works to basically, it gives you a ballpark to work with when you talk X-plane aircraft. Yeah, you would think the X would work for us too, but not for the most part. So I use this basically to grab the weather and plug it in. All right, so we'll go to next phase, QNH. What was it, 1010? And again, this is as of about 5 hours ago. Temperature 28. I could tell you it's probably warmer or cooler than that right now. Winds showed at 100 at 10. TAFs, we're putting it around 90. So folks, that's close enough for me. And there's our F speed, slat speed, clean speed. Now, MDA, remember where we found that. Okay, we'll get rid of charts. Oh wait, while we're here, let's just get a ballpark figure to work with. We'll go anti-ice off, packs will be on. We'll run auto land only because we get some more information, and I'll run medium brakes. So we have a 10,500 foot runway, basically 051, slight upslope. Looking at airfield elevation versus, we'll see that again here real quick. Question that. VREF of 128 and an approach speed of 133, so it's basically +5. Well, we got that pretty much work. I mean, it's pretty decent this far out, so we'll go with it. All right, let's get rid of TopCat, go back to charts real quick. Look at our ILS. Again, this is where my disparity was. Runway is 13 feet. Airport is 28. 1%? But our MDA, or that's all we can put in, is 475. Usually you have another one here, DA. So I go with that being an MSL. So use the bold. This one's saying DH or DA, whatever it would have said. I go with the parentheses. And I would put it there. Either one. If you put it here, if there was available, it would wash that out. If you put it there, it would wash that one out. So 475 is fine. 130, 135 looking good. And let's get set up here. Pretty hard hawker to judge clouds in the desert. Now, if you were to fire up, say, Cincinnati, I think, Atlanta, maybe pushing a little further south towards Destin, Florida, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, you may find some pretty good rain and see what they look like there. And I will so I have begun to see lightning again with X-Planes, so hopefully the weather generator is getting better. Well, after this I got packing to do and getting ready for a shift that I gotta work tomorrow. So that will be for another time. Okay, not seeing top of descent yet. Just want to make sure I haven't missed it. Actually, should be showing up here real soon. There it is. Okay, so it should be coming down here. It'll look like a hockey stick. Oops, oh, I thought I turned that off. Huh. Interesting. I turned it off and yet it's still working. Yeah, there's a feature with Mac Air that you can have it pause. Maybe I have top... Is there a way to turn top of descent on in here? Real quick. Make sure I didn't accidentally turn it on, or it's already on. No. Huh. Because I'll be honest, I think if I could get that one EFB to work, that would allow me to go to 180 seats here. I think that was an option on it. But when you fly the mini planes that I do, they all kind of blur together. All right, folks, so again, this is Flight Factor's A320 that's out there. I believe this should work. And that'll get you into the store where you can find the one that you need. If you already have it, there's one there that you can download, get it going for $10, I think it was, or something like that. Maybe it was free, I forget. But yeah. Yeah, that was... Oh, expansion pack for the Coronado Navajo. Cool. I'll tell you one that I kind of would like to see brought over to X-Plane12, and he may very well be working on it. There was a King Air C90. I like to call it Fireball, because if you push the throttles full, the engine's caught fire. But once you get used to it, understand what he's done, how he did it, folks, a phenomenal C90 mod that he made. It's X-Plane11. I've tried it in X-Plane12, and it just... I knew that a lot of the data refs needed to be worked on, so... And they still probably do, so... Alright, folks, we're about to top a descent, so let me pull my checklist up here. Let's see. Alright, so QNH page is set. ILS, just check the, let's do our full check again. Next, next. Okay, rad nav. I am gonna, oh, we don't have any, never mind. There is no ILS. Seatbelt sign will be coming on here shortly. And let's go ahead and set to $8,000. Now, to start the descent, folks, you just believe it's, you got to have the down arrow, if not the up arrow, and then when you click on it, it will go. Let's go ahead and click Manage Descent. It's the up arrow. Just want to see the dot, put you in a Manage Descent. Alright, and this squiggly line here, folks, that's basically when we will have this green dot back between these two yellow lines right here. And we'll be descending at, you know, the way the computer predicts. Which actually right now we are doing about 900 feet a minute. I could get into an open descent where I basically set the descent angle and down we go. Kind of watch it and see how we're doing. The big number I'm looking at is Mike 762 fix at or below 8,000. And I'm going for UVMAT at 6,000. Okay, we're almost there. And we're starting to steepen. I try to let the plane manage a lot of it. As I start getting reacclimated to the A320. I really loved it over in X-Plane11. The A319 came along and really liked that one too. So yeah, we enjoy both of the products. The airport I work at, folks, we have Allegiant, so we see A319, A320s all the time. So, and now you can see we crossed the squiggly line and the green dot is in between. And we've set for a steeper descent. And I'd like to say again, welcome to everybody who's out in the chat room there. Hope y'all are having a great day. Smash that follow button if you like what you see. We'd love to see you on future streams. What we got here from Hawker. The X-Plane12 Concorde is still not ready. I don't know if I want to dabble again in that. I flew it for a little bit in Century of Flight. It was fun, but I'm sorry. Give me a 747, folks. I'd rather fly it than the Concorde. Looks awful hazy today. And yes, folks, if you haven't figured it out, especially those of you that live in Europe, yeah, we've set the clock. So yeah, we set it for like 7:15 for a nice 7:30-ish, somewhere in there. So just to I've done a couple of night approaches, my only complaint is, folks, I love doing them, don't get me wrong. They're fun to try to, you know, keep, because folks, nighttime flying is it's definitely gonna give you some problems if you're not used to it. But taking a look like right here, seeing the plane, you know, some people love to see it to make a determination, do I want it or not? What the heck is this stuff behind us? So anyway, I like where people can then see the plane and all, but granted, when you fly 8, 9, 10-hour flights, you're going to probably take off or land in the dark. Or cruise in the dark. One of those phases, you'll be there. So flying it real time sometimes isn't all that it's cracked up to be. Plus X-Plane12, I haven't had a good night interaction with it yet. The lighting on some of the planes is very dim, especially Zebo on the wings and in the cockpit. Is the 767 the same way? I can't remember. Again, X-Plane14's new, first flight with the X-Plane, or A320. So we'll see how it all goes. All right, coastline coming up. Two ways you can tell. One, oh, look at that, the ocean. Two, on your nav display. Now, down here, on your radar, is a setting called map. And here, let me turn terrain radar off for now. Anyway, it would also sort of show that you could run both. Guess not. Oh well. Let's take a look over here. Okay, that's not showing. So, but anyway, you would be able to see the map. All right, so we're at 21,000. We got 38 miles. Well, we'll be definitely above 12,000. But I hope you all are having a great start to the Christmas season. Official start now that we've crossed Thanksgiving. Unofficially since beginning of November. So hope your days are going well. And be on the deck here in Mogadishu here shortly. According to the clock, 6 minutes. I wouldn't trust that much. Okay, we're at 18,000. Now, granted, folks, that is not our transition level. 4,000 is. Oop, oop, my bad. Not bad. Let's see.
18,000 feet.
I can't imagine there would have been an update. Let me check. Nope, no updates. Alright, so we go with what we got. I didn't mean to hit that, sorry folks. Seeing if we get an idea what our airport looks like. May not. Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright, continuing in. Well, I am actually very pleased to say we're going to make the 12,000 foot restriction, or at or above, by our first one, and 10,000 by the turn on to the approach. 760, we're going to be right on track. 761. Not that much off of it. Let's come down to 20. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and keep that on. Because remember, we're not supposed to drift over the coastline, folks. Alright, we'll try to get through this song. If memory will work in 2 minutes 40 seconds, we'll kill the music and begin a sterile cockpit into Mogadishu. Okay. Checklist items. 10,000 feet. Arrow set. Nope. Anti-ice, runway lights, landing lights, nose lights, AP. Not going to have it. Turn that off. Although, you know what, I may just turn this one on for the fun of it to see what shows up. Alright, let's help it along. Perfect. We're coming down at the rates that I wanted to.
$10,000 feet.
Okay. Okay, all lights are on. Auto brake will set medium. And flaps will start setting once we're ready to slow down. Alright, sterile cockpit now. Alright. Gonna begin slowing us down to 210. Activate the approach phase. Somewhere right about there, folks, would be our airport. So, maybe a little ahead of us still. Somewhere right in here. Okay, there's 210. Let me make sure speed brakes are down. Now, one other tip, and I don't know where I heard this, where I remember it from, but we can keep flaps up here, folks, at 210. This green dot right here that you see, that is where we can start moving flaps. That's the green dot speed. You may have heard it referred to. And again, I don't know who I heard this from. I don't even know if it was a streamer, an old manual from an old aircraft. And that little strobing effect you can see out there, kind of still wanting to come at us. So hopefully they can tune it down here. But yeah, that's the green dot speed. And again, this is a maximum of 210. I can actually slow us to like 180, and that's legal, folks. So I can start getting some flaps in. I'm going to wait until we hit the 5,000 foot mark and then do that. Okay, we're coming down now to 5,000. Alright, brake fan spoilers will arm here in a minute. Go ahead and slow us to 200. Laps 1. Okay, we're going to continue down to 2. Okay, brake fans, landing gear. Okay, we'll go ahead and arm the spoilers. At S speed, which is 180, I'm going to kick out flaps 5. All right, folks, we are turning in. Welcome to Flying with Mike, folks. One of my big passions here in life is I miss big time flying in the real world, but the sim does help counteract that. So, but welcome in. Hope you all have a great day. We just crossed. Yeah, this is really it. Okay, 10-10. Hey, checked. As soon as we have a runway in sight, which I think I have, folks.
2,500.
Level off. I got a runway. Right, distance out. Go ahead and bring the gear down.
Gear down.
Okay, flaps full, brakes medium, fans on, lights on, spoilers armed. Cleared to land. Mogadishu traffic, Qatar 572. We're about a 5-mile final for runway 5.
$1,000. 1,000. $100 above. Minimum 500. 500.
Landing. I think we're back down now.
400.
Path.
300. 300.
Flaps full.
Think rate.
200.
Think rate. Pull up.
100. 100.
And
50. 50. 40. 30. 20.
boy, she wants to float.
10,
Oh, it's going to be
10.
a hard landing. curious how bad that was. That was a hard landing. Yep, that was a hard landing. Alright, well, it is what it is. Looks like we can turn the brake fan off. Let's get the APU fired up. And yeah, folks, that was a hard landing. Now you got your money's worth watching the stream today, folks. Haven't done that in a while. Pounded into a runway. Alright, let me kind of figure out where we're gonna park the beastie. So that's the old terminal. Guess this is what they call the new one. And yeah, okay, nothing looks like it's gonna be on the lines. Oh, missing a taxiway too. Wondering if they're working off the old. Alright, well, dang it, I hate when I land that hard, but okay, brake set, and I believe APU flaps open. Yep. Give it a few seconds. We'll get all the lights now turned off. Very embarrassing landing, folks. That was horrible. Oh well, what can we say? Maybe next time. Comes the generator online and APU bleed aired up and available. Okay. Alright, weather radar. Okay, parking brake set. Go ahead and put the bleed on. we are going to leave it here. And well, let's do it. You know, even though it's a bad landing, folks, let's walk through it as if, you know, we greased it. All right, so Sim Toolkit. Well, first off, let me close out Mac Air. Or forgiving, thank you. 546, so they must have got one of the bounces. Doesn't say how many landings. Sorry. Did I say that out loud, folks? At least 2 landings I could record on that one. Okay, Mac Air is filed. Just going to do a quick check here, folks. Loose nut behind the stick would click the right things. It was received. Alright, so let's get Sim Toolkit up here and lick our wounds, shall I? Alright, so we're looking at Sim Toolkit, folks. First thing I want to do, go to flight summary and click finish flight. Okay. Yep, there's the nasty notice of an 890 something feet a minute landing. Yeah. Oh well. View details. Alright, let's get it. What's the skinny on this? Well, one bright spot, we stayed within the landing zone. Again, those not familiar, first time or not, you know, not familiar with aviation, on the runway, there are actually markings. Very similar, I've been meaning to use this analogy, very similar to golf. Many of you out there golf, and you know that where some of the bushes are placed gives you an idea how far down or far away you are from the green, or how far away, and stuff like that. Same thing on a runway. Okay, precision runway. Actually, I think this one is not classified as an RNIP. Thought RNIP gave it precision, but not seeing the hash marks. Normally you would see hash marks every 500 feet down the runway. Two things. One, 500 feet closer to the end of the runway gives the pilot an idea like, oh crap, if I hit the edge of that landing zone, I only have so far to go. Not looking like those lines are here. And 2, I stayed within that zone. It's usually about 3,000 feet. And I was only 2 feet off the center line. I'm not sure which landing that's recorded, because I do know at least twice. I bounced at least twice on the runway. Alright, we landed right on the VREF 130. G-force pretty hard. Of course, 1 degree off. Everything was right except for some reason the plane just kept wanting to pull up. I'm not sure if maybe the trim was getting me or what. Something kept, and probably should have gone around, but it's not. Oh well, is what it is. Alright, so that gives us the idea from the data coming in. Now let's look at the, hopefully look at the horrible replay. Let me just look outside. Chocks, nothing open. Did this once the plane was flying with cargo doors open, chocks on the wheels. I haven't moved them. Alright, so let's try it. And it may say, you really? Oh, I forgot to disconnect from VATSIM. Dang it. Oh well. Did it for me. And we're going to get a replay. So let's just watch this outrageous landing, folks. We'll take it a little further back. We'll take it from here. All right, real quick before I click it in and we watch it. This is a feature built into X-Plane, folks, for training purposes. Helps you watch what you did both in the cockpit if you want to stay here. Don't watch the gauges. Some planes, they completely shut down. But you can kind of get a feel for what the plane's doing with your backup gauges. 2, you can see what you did. We're about to see what I did. So it's, again, built into X-Plane. And this timer up here starts. Your airplane touches the ramp at your departure airport. So you could go all the way back some 2 hours, 50 some minutes. Watch the whole flight again. Watch the takeoff, watch the taxi, watch the cruise, whatever. And, you know, Microsoft, now that's something you can do. However, as a old chief would once say, comma, you gotta have an add-on program, I believe free. Have to have started it. Don't have to in X-Plane, it already does. And at a point where you want to go back and forth. You want to go further back to see if you were screwing up. You can't. Here you could. All right. That's my caveat. Let's get it rolling. Congratulations, Hawkers. Won the landing. Had the better feet per minute. Knew that it was going to smash the runway. Hard landing coming. Actually. Oh, there's where it floated up. And boom. Oh, it wasn't 2 landings. I only get credit for 1 bad landing. All right, let's watch it one more time from this view. And it looks like that loose nut behind the stick is the cause of the float up right there. And smash. Alright, well, you know, it happens, folks. I just wanted to announce I'm here. All right, from the Hawker 125 seat, even doesn't believe he got caught dead on an Airbus. Here it comes, folks. Wake up call. As a guy I used to work with in the Air Force would say, reveille, 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 with that landing. Actually, I think I could have got away with low brakes. Man, that was... All right, well... Well, folks, we'll redeem the landing somewhat here. See what the tower looked like. Three-point landing. All right, folks. Well, I want to say thank you for all that came out and supported the stream today by just watching. Those that might have followed and subscribed, we thank you so much for being a part. Folks, like I've said in the beginning and the end, we will be gone for the next week. We'll be back at it Tuesday, I believe, is the 6th. And I look forward to the week away. So, folks, I want to say again, thank you. Hope you all indeed had a fantastic Thanksgiving, and look forward to seeing you after the 6th of December. God bless you all. You all have a great Christmas season, great rest of your Black Friday weekend, and Cyber Monday coming. So, we'll see you Tuesday the 6th. God bless. Have a grand day.